Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about decans or decanates and dwads in a natal chart in astrology. Now, a decanate or decan is one of three divisions or parts of a zodiac sign in which it gives an added flavor to that sign. Now, we look at each decan is 10 degrees. You know that there's 30 degrees per zodiac sign, and so obviously 30 divided by 3 is 10. So each decan or decanate consists of 10 degrees. Now, a decanate or decan will always fall in the same element of that zodiac sign. Now, for example, if someone has their sun in Taurus between 0 to 9 degrees 59 minutes of arc, they would have the Taurus decan or decanate. If they had the sun, moon, or ascendant in Taurus between 10 degrees and 19 degrees 59 minutes of arc, then they would have the Virgo decan or decanate. Now, if they had the sun, moon, or ascendant in Taurus between 20 degrees and 29 degrees 59 minutes of arc, they would have the decanate or decan in Capricorn and would give a Capricorn flavoring to them. Now, a dwad is one of 12 divisions or parts of a zodiac sign, which gives an added nuance to that sign. Now, each dwad in a sign is 2.5 degrees. Now, obviously 30 divided by 12 is 2.5, and each dwad, of course, therefore, is 2.5 degrees. Now, the first dwad in any sign will always be the same sign as the sign in which you are trying to find the dwad in. Now, for example, let's say somebody has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Aquarius between 0 and 2 degrees and 29 minutes of arc. Now, they would have, their dwad would be in Aquarius as well. Now, let's say that they had their sun, moon, or ascendant in Aquarius between 2 degrees 30 minutes of arc and 4 degrees 59 minutes of arc. Then the dwad would be in Pisces, and it goes in order from that point, and they would have that Pisces flavoring in their sun, moon, or ascendant in Aquarius. Now, what people can do is, as far as the dwads go, let's say that somebody has a twin, and they were born, let's say they were born minutes apart, and let's say that one person had their rising sign in Gemini at 2 degrees and 50 minutes of arc, and let's say the other person had their rising sign in Gemini at 2 degrees. Well, the one at 2 degrees would have their dwad in Gemini, but the one at 2 degrees 50 minutes of arc would have their dwad in Cancer, and the one with Cancer, the one with the zodiac sign Cancer as their dwad, they would have that little nuance or blend of Cancer characteristics. It would be fairly small. The dwad is fairly minuscule, in my opinion, as far as its impact on the sun, moon, or ascendant, but it gives a little flavoring. And the person with the zodiac sign Cancer as their dwad could very well be maybe just a little bit more interested in home activities and interests, and a little more family oriented, maybe a little bit more emotion and sensitivity blended in with that Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant. The one that would have the Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant and have the Gemini dwad, that would give a little additional flavoring of a Gemini characteristics, and there wouldn't be a blending of obviously of another sign mixed in it. So really, when you look at a decanate, or let me go to decanates or decans for a moment, and maybe I could talk about an example as far as what I have in my horoscope. Now, many of you know I have Taurus rising. I've said a number of times, I know it might be starting to sound a little redundant here, but my Taurus rising is at 22 degrees, 17 minutes of arc. Now, as far as my decadent goes, I would have Capricorn as my decadent. Now, that may give me a little bit more, perhaps, interest in things of a business nature, maybe a little bit more serious and stern than even the typical Taurus. Taurus people can be very stolid and appear very impassive, and as far as Taurus rising on the surface mainly. But with Capricorn, as far as my decadent or decan goes, that's going to give me a little bit more of that stern, serious Capricorn influence, a little bit of that Capricorn blending, perhaps a little bit more somebody that maybe appears a little bit maybe more mature than one's years, a little bit more of that discipline mixed in with my Taurus rising outer personality. Somebody that has a little bit more ambition, enterprise than even the average Taurus. Don't get me wrong, Taurus people can be that way as well anyway, but with the Capricorn mixed in, that could even make it even more so. Now, and when we look at now, let's go to a Dwad example. Now, a Dwad, as I stated before, is one of 12 divisions or parts in a zodiac sign. Now, for me, my sun sign is Cancer at 9 degrees, 1 minute of arc. Now, because of that, my Dwad for my sun in Cancer is Libra. Now, Libra, I'll have a little bit of a Libra type nuance or flavoring to my sun in Cancer, and what that could do is that could make me a little bit of a mediator, kind of someone that is about reconciliation, negotiation, a little bit difficulty taking sides, especially with mutual friends. Somebody that figured prominently in my life some time ago had stated that it looked like I was somewhat had difficulty in taking the sides, or something to the effect that I was caught in the middle of situations, and it seemed like that could very well be attributed to me having the Libra decan or decadent, I'm sorry, not the Libra decan or decadent, the Dwad in Libra for my sun sign in Cancer. Now, my sun in Cancer being at 9 degrees, of course, has the decan or decadent in Cancer, so there's no influence from either Scorpio or Pisces as far as that goes, because I'm in the first 9 degrees, 59 minutes of arc, and therefore I would have the Cancer decan or decadent, and that just gives more of an emphasis of Cancer, of the zodiac sign Cancer characteristics or attributes in my makeup as far as my sun sign goes, and gives even stronger perhaps emphasis of the emotional qualities, the sensitivity, perhaps the fear to being criticized or ridiculed, and nurturing the home-loving homebody things. So anyway, that's really, I mean, as far as decans or decadents, that's pretty much what I wanted to get with you people on as far as that goes. And if you want to find your decan or decadent and based on whatever I've said you can't figure it out, you could always online, you can Google decans, decadents, Dwads, and really it's just once you start learning how to do it, and you see how one is in either your sun, moon, or ascendant, you could probably apply that very quickly. It's not very hard. And just to give you a rundown again, that each sign will have 3 decans or decadents. They're always in the same element, and they go in that order of the zodiac sign. So back to the sun in Cancer, someone that has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Cancer, 0 degrees to 9 degrees 59 minutes of arc, that 10-degree period would have their decan or decadent in Cancer. Then the next one would be Scorpio, and then the last one would be Pisces, because that goes in that order from Cancer. Now, in the Dwads are the same thing, except the Dwads are one of 12 divisions of a zodiac sign, or constituents, or parts, and every zodiac sign has the 12 divisions in them, the 12 Dwads, and every 2.5 degrees it's a different one, and you start out always, the first Dwad will always be in the same sign as the sign you're actually searching the Dwad for. So that's an easy way, I would think, to remember as far as ascertaining what your Dwad is in your natal chart. And anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for decans, decanates, Dwads, and a natal horoscope. And stay tuned next time, where I will be continuing my series on duplicated houses in a natal horoscope. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.